today on Divorce Court.
I'm at divorce court today because Shaniqua thinks I'm cheating, but actually I think she the one that's cheating.
Anytime I'm talking to anybody, male or female, he's jealous.
I've actually walked in on it with a guy.
Truth does not come out of Michael's mouth.
Shaniqua's attitude is terrible. She cusses at me in public, she yells at me. It makes me feel less of a man.
I think the judge should tell Michael that he needs to man up, stop lying, and if you love me, then you would change for me.
If Shaniqua doesn't fix her attitude and stop dealing with other guys, I'm gonna leave.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Shaniqua Burton and Michael Chisholm. The two of you have been together for 4.5 years. You have one child together. You are having difficulties on a multitude of levels. That's why you've come to see me. Ms. Burton, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on in your relationship and why you're here today?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here today because Michael's jealousy is ridiculous. Like one time I was at work, sitting on the bench, talking to him on the phone, and a guy walks past and he says, "Excuse me," because he wants to get by, like any normal human being would. He was like, "Who is that? Why are they saying excuse me to you? Why they just can't walk a different direction? Who's gonna go through all that just to get by someone? Like, that's ridiculous."
Mr. Chisholm, did you do that?
Yes, I recall that conversation, Your Honor.
Did a guy saying, "Excuse me," cause you to become jealous?
No, ma'am.
Explain it to me.
I wasn't upset at all. I just asked her. Somebody said something too. I just said it's polite for people, if they see you on the phone, that they could wait until you get off the phone to have a conversation with you. That's all I said.
But not excuse me. You know, if you walking in front of somebody, and whether they're on the phone or not, if you brushing by them or riding by, you have to say, "Excuse me," because these days somebody might jump up, what you doing? Walking by, brushing me without, you know what I mean? Excuse me is not something you can wait on.
Your Honor, that the conversation wasn't excuse me. They
What was the conversation?
They was trying to hold the whole conversation with her. They was asking her things about work, and I'm saying, "Hey, you're on the phone. Like, you only had 15 minutes to talk to me." She called on her break.
Is that true? He said, he wasn't saying, "Excuse me, I'm trying to get by," but he was saying, "Excuse me, I want to talk to you about something"?
No, Your Honor. He literally said, "Excuse me," to get by, and he said he could have went in a different direction. He didn't have to walk past you.
Okay. Give me another story that would lead me to believe that Mr. Chisholm is unreasonably jealous.
Oh my God, the list goes on. But we were sitting in the car riding one day, just riding. And I just so happened to look out the window. There's a window. It's there to look. So I looked out the window, and it was a guy outside just walking. I didn't stare. I just glanced. "Oh, would you like him to? You want him to?" What are you talking about? I can't just look out the window.
Mr. Chisholm, do you recall that instance?
I recall that incident.
What happened?
Well, Your Honor, what happened was she looked a little too long at the guy.
Oh, my God.
You know? I mean, I understand you give a glance. I mean, people find other people attractive. I understand that. You give a glance. You don't stare the whole time for 10, 15 seconds. That's a stare.
No, I didn't.
So what did you say to her when you caught her staring?
I said, "Shaniqua, you know the guy?" She said, "No, I don't know him." I said, "Well, you was staring an awfully long time."
Oh, my God.
That's all I said. She take that as me being jealous.
Mr. Chisholm, you say you have things that you want to tell me
Yes.
about her. So why don't you go ahead, sir?
Well, Your Honor, one time we were at the gas station. I said, "I'm going to go in and pay for the gas. You pump the gas while I'm in there paying." She agreed. Okay. I go in the gas station, Your Honor. I come back out. Her face is frowned up. Her face turned up. I said, "Shaniqua, you okay?" She said, "No, I ain't pumping no gas. You pump it." I see a young lady in front of us at the other pump. She pumping her gas. I said, "Shaniqua, what's going on?" She said, "You was staring at that girl butt right in front of me, and I ain't even noticed the girl. I was just going to pay for the gas and come back out to the car." She
Ms.
went
Burton,
off.
Did that happen?
Yes, but he was staring.
So what was the difference between the glance out the window that you did and the staring you claim he did?
Because his staring almost caused him to snap his neck.
Mr. Chisholm, do you have another story you would like to share about her unreasonable jealousy?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I got a lot. Like, she got a lot, I got a lot.
Go ahead, Mr. Chisholm.
Okay. One time, we was in the market shopping. We going grocery shopping. The same thing with a female. A girl walked by. Usually when I'm not gonna look nowhere because I know her attitude already. I'm not trying to look nowhere because I got hear that. So
you're not trying to get started.
Yes, I don't want to look nowhere. I'm looking at the groceries. But Your Honor, she say, "Oh, well, you like what you see?" The girl walked past. You like what you see? I wasn't looking at this girl, Your Honor.
Do you remember that?
Faintly. I mean, I barely remember it. I don't know, but I do remember saying that.
That's how you conduct business, though, right? Anytime there's a woman around, your radar, your alarms go off for you.
Yeah, if he put his face in that direction, yes.
And you don't see that you're doing the same thing that he's doing to you.
Yeah, but mines go a little bit in more depth with him. It's a lot more stuff.
It's a lot more stuff. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Like, far as the sexting and stuff.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
Okay, so is he sexting?
Yes, in any avenue he can get to.
Okay, so that's what I want to talk about next, the sexting that Mr. Chisholm is doing.
She be on Instagram and Facebook all day. She met a guy online, talked to this guy for a month, and kicked me out to move him in.
Ms. Burton, is that true? So, Ms. Burton, you say that Mr. Chisholm is sexting all the time. Tell me about that.
One time we was in Vegas, and he happened to not be in the room when I woke up. So I seen his phone on the charger. So I go to his phone. I didn't find nothing at first, but I know he used this Words with Friends app a lot. So something told me, just go through it. I go and I see that it has a message box. I go through the messages, and he telling this girl that he love her and stuff like that. I'm like, really? I was like, you know what, I'm so through. I run to the pool, because I could faintly remember him telling me he was going to the pool. I go to the pool, I was like, let's go right now. We get back to the room. I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's nothing. What do you mean it's nothing? You telling somebody you love her? Okay. The security comes, knocks on the bedroom, on the hotel room door, and they was like, is there anything going on? I said no. I took my bags, I took both of our tickets, and I left him in the hotel room. I didn't leave him in Vegas, but I was about to.
Mr. Chisholm, did that occur?
No, Your Honor, that ain't
What
occurred.
happened?
What happened was, she nosy. First of all.
Really?
Your Honor, she nosy. First of all, she jealous. She talking about I'm jealous, she jealous. And when we went to Vegas, we weren't together by her words. She said she left me alone before Vegas.
So you had moved on?
No, we still went to Vegas together, but she said she wasn't with me, so I took it as that.
As you were single again?
I was playing with somebody I was talking to. She had a guy she was talking to at the time, too. So it's not like I was doing anything wrong. I don't remember this sexting. I wasn't sexting nobody. I don't do no sexting. She know that. If she might see me speaking to somebody, a friend of mine, we know each other for years. She works at a fast food restaurant. I sent her a message on Instagram. I said, hey, you finally had your baby. The baby beautiful like her mother. It was stuff like that. She went off on me and said I was trying to play her. I was cheating on her. That's not sexting if I'm telling you the baby beautiful like
you are.
I said, hey, my little friend. That's how I started it.
Right.
I said, it was good seeing you. I said, you finally had your baby beautiful like you.
Right, got you.
That's how
now,
the conversation went.
Ms. Burton, what would you like to, did that occur?
Your Honor, he know every time he sends to mess with a girl, it's always, oh, I knew him in the past. They knew this person, that person. First of all, you shouldn't be interacting with no female when you have a woman at home on Instagram, any type of social media. You shouldn't be sneaking around to talk to these people on social media at all.
How do you know he's sneaking? I mean, he commented, he posted. Why is that a sneak?
It was in his messages, and he clearly stated, you know this is the only way we can talk to each other. That was the sentence that he had on
I got you. Was that sentence include in the direct message?
She talking about 2 different times. You know the girl that works at the fast food restaurant. There's a whole different girl. When I said something about that, it was no sexting in this stuff, though.
That's sexting.
But, Your Honor, she talking about online, she ain't bring up that she be on Instagram and Facebook all day. She met a guy online, talked to this guy for a month, and kicked me out to move him in.
Ms. Burton, is that true?
Not at all, Your Honor. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Wow.
I do be on social media a lot, but I didn't kick him out to move anybody in there.
Wow.
Okay. I think I got a picture of what's happening.
Wow.
I wish I didn't, but I do. I gave you guys a compatibility test. You said some deep stuff. Are you physically attracted to your spouse, your man? Hey, you said no. What are you doing? Ms. Burton, you say Mr. Chisholm lies all the time. Tell me about the lies that he tells.
Lord, they go on and on. But one particular lie is when I first met Michael. And I happened to see names on his chest, and I asked him, like, who names are those? Just family members, don't worry about it, I ain't paying no mind. Then one day we at the bus stop, he told me he has kids. I was like, kids? Since when? He was like, I told you, the names on my chest, they're my daughters. I was like, what? I was so mad, I left him right at the bus stop. I was like, this is done, I'm done with you. You can't even tell me the truth about you having kids.
Mr. Chisholm, did you lie about the kids that you had?
Your Honor, first of all, that's a lie. I don't even have my kids' names on my chest. I can take my shirt off now, we can't do that.
Well, you got names on your chest?
I got my kids' names on my arm.
Oh, okay.
It's not
but
on
did
my
that
chest.
happen? We just
That didn't happen. I ain't lie about my kids. She don't listen, is what it is.
She done paid attention.
We didn't bring that up. That didn't come up.
Okay.
When we was talking, it ain't come up about the kids.
I gave you guys a compatibility test. Because when I saw what was on here, I was like, whoa, what's happening here? You said some deep stuff on your compatibility test. They got a child together. How old's your child?
3.
3. I asked, what do you expect from your man? And you know what you said? Co-parenting. You said, what are you going to give him? You said, nothing but co-parenting. Then you said, are you physically attracted to your spouse, your man? Hey, you said no. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing?
Stand together for the sake of my son.
Don't you think he has a right to know that?
He knows.
If you're staying together for the sake of the son, why do you care about him holding the door open for somebody?
Because if I was to leave Michael, he would no longer want anything to do with me or my son. He would not help me babysit or co-parent. He wouldn't do none of that.
Why do you believe that?
Because I have asked him, I was like, okay, well, since we're not gonna be together and you're ready to leave, where do I need to bring our son for when it's time for me to go to work and when you go to work? Oh, well, you gotta figure that out. That's not for me to figure out.
Mr. Chisholm, is that an accurate reflection of the conversations you had about the care of your son should you two not make it?
No. First of all, I had my son 95% of the time. So she can't say nothing about the parenting part. I had my son, she can tell you that. It's either she at work and when she off, she sleep. I got my son all the time. I be dead tired from having my son. She wanna sleep. I say, you off. Can you get up and spend some time with your son?
You have 2 other children. Do you take care of them as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he?
No comment. I don't think so. I mean, he might take care of them financially, but I don't never really hear of him going to see them or anything like that.
I go see them. She don't want them at the house because she don't like them.
I don't like his kids. That's ridiculous.
She came
I
out her
told
mouth.
them not to come. I pay the bills there. I told them not to come.
My God.
Not to bring their kids to my house. As far as them coming here, is not going to happen because every time they do, it's always something going back and forth.
Ms. Burton, I'm going to spend the rest of my time adjusting you. Ms. Burton, if you want to have reasonable things happen to you, you have to be a reasonable person. If you're not with him because you love and want to be with him, why are you jealous? It doesn't make any sense. Jealousy doesn't keep somebody with you at all, even if you do love them. But if you don't want to be with them and don't love them, the jealousy is doubly stupid. It drives him away. It doesn't cause him to be more committed to you. It just makes you a crazy person. It just makes you chasing a fire that's ultimately gonna burn you and you don't even want it. It doesn't make any sense. That's number one. Number two, I don't know how you can tell a man not to have his kids over your house and then tell him he doesn't take care of his kids. He tried to take care of his kids over the house, but you wouldn't let him over there. Adults should not visit that ignorant nonsense baby mama drama on the little people. And I don't care how ignorant whoever else may be, you don't be ignorant. You always are be welcoming. You always be kind. You always help him with his kids because that's who he is and that's what he has to do. And for you to say he's not going to take care of your kids because you banished them from your house and he has to go over there to see them, you know, that's absurd and ridiculous. You're not a reasonable person, Ms. Burton. You have to do reasonable things. And if you don't love him, work out a situation. You're afraid. You're working from a place of utter and complete fear. Your fear he's going to leave, so you're going to, you know, take him away, but you don't really want him. You're not really interested in him. You kick him out every other day, but you want to make a home. Doesn't make any sense. You've got to step back and don't act from a place of fear, act from a place of reason. What do I want? I want co-parenting. So you become a reasonable, intelligent co-parent. You say, hey, we're not together. I would like you to take care of then and take care of this. That's how that works. You don't leave him at home beating him over the head with this false jealousy that you're scared that he's going to run off, which he's going to do, because I would run and think it's going to turn out all right. Step out in strength. Step out in truth. Step out in the sense that you are a mother and a woman, not a frightened little girl who's got to pretend. Do that. Now, Mr. Chisholm, I don't know if you're surprised by what you heard or not. In your compatibility test, you sound like you cared for her, unlike how she sounded for you. So right. I don't know if I brought something here that has hurt your heart or not. I don't know. What I will say this, Mr. Chisholm, it's good to know where you stand in somebody else's eyes. Mm-hmm. What I would ask you to do is, no matter how you stand like a man, calmly and with comfort. Realize what she's about and what she's doing. Be reasonable and rational with her so you can take care of your little one. I know your little one is autistic. You guys have got to be on the same team. I think you're a good dude. I think you're taking care of the kids. I think you're suspicious of her because she does like other cats and she is running around. So what I want you to do, get past that, get beyond that, get strong, be the man. Somebody's got to be Superman. It's got to be you because you coming up light and little. I wish you the best, Mr. Chisholm. And Ms. Burton, I hope the next time I see you, hear from you, got my staff, they're gonna call you. You can tell me a story of growth and change and womanhood and motherhood and better than the whatever hood you got going on here today. This matter is adjourned.
I no longer want to be with him. Co-parenting is an option. If he doesn't want to co-parent, then I'm just gonna have to go on about my business. I can't deal with this anymore. He even has my own family believing stuff that he says over me, and that's a problem to me.
I can't even save this relationship, but this basically is done. It's nothing to say.